Think about Grandma Rose. She loves her home, but last month a rug she'd cherished for decades nearly caused a terrible fall. It happens more often than you think. Did you know falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults? By the end of this video, you'll discover exactly which seemingly harmless items in your home could be hidden dangers, and how removing or adjusting them can protect your independence and keep you safe for years to come. But the biggest fall risk isn't what you might expect. It's often the things we've grown accustomed to. The very items we think are part of our comfort. We'll even reveal one surprising item in the bathroom that nearly everyone overlooks, and it's critical for preventing slips. If you're over 60 and want to stay independent, safe, and comfortable in your own space, this is for you. Grandma, you know how much I love you and how important it is for you to be comfortable and safe in your own home. It's okay if some of this seems new or perhaps a little overwhelming at first. We're just going to take it one small step at a time, together, making your wonderful home even safer. These aren't big, complicated changes. They're small, thoughtful adjustments that make a huge difference. You can definitely do this. The living room, your comfort zone, reimagined for safety. Let's start in the living room, a place for relaxation, for family, for stories. But sometimes the very things that make it cozy can become little obstacles. First, those beautiful area rugs and throw rugs. They add warmth and color, don't they? But Grandma, these are surprisingly common culprits for trips and falls. Think about it, a small edge can catch your foot, especially if it's a darker rug on a lighter floor, making it hard to see. Or perhaps the rug has a little curl at the corner. Sometimes even the best non-slip backing can wear out over time, letting the rug slide unexpectedly. It's not your fault if you stumble, it's just the nature of these items. What we want is clear, unobstructed pathways. So if you have area rugs, especially smaller ones that aren't firmly anchored, consider removing them. If you love the warmth of a larger rug, make sure it's securely taped down around all edges or switch to wall-to-wall carpeting for complete stability. Remember, a clear path is a safe path. Next, let's talk about clutter on the floor. I know, sometimes things just accumulate, don't they? Magazines, books, remote controls, even pet toys. When these items are scattered even a little, they create tripping hazards, especially when you're walking through a room without really looking down, perhaps carrying something. It's easy to overlook a small object on the floor when you're familiar with your space, but a quick step in the wrong place could lead to a loss of balance. A simple solution is to have dedicated places for everything. A basket for magazines, a tray for remotes, a toy box for pet things. Keeping pathways clear, especially the routes you walk most often, like from the couch to the kitchen or the bathroom, is incredibly important. You want to glide through your home, not navigate an obstacle course. Then there are cords and cables. Modern life comes with a lot of electronics, doesn't it? Lamps, TVs, phone chargers, internet cables. All these wires can end up stretched across the floor or bundled in ways that create a lumpy, uneven surface. It's so easy to snag a foot on a loose wire, especially in low light or if you're moving quickly. The best approach here is to get those cords off the floor completely. You can use cable ties to bundle them neatly, or even invest in cord covers that flatten them against the wall or floor. Make sure no cords run across a walking path. For lamps, position them close to an outlet so the cord isn't stretched. This simple change eliminates a silent, hidden tripping hazard. Lastly, let's think about your furniture, especially chairs and couches that might be very low to the ground or too soft. While they might have seemed comfortable years ago, getting up from a very low or deep seat can be quite a struggle as we get older. You end up having to push off with a lot of arm strength or strain your knees and back. This can increase your risk of losing balance when standing up. If you find yourself falling into a couch or struggling to get out, it might be time to consider an alternative. Sometimes, a firm cushion can be added to raise the seat height, or, if it's time for new furniture, look for chairs and sofas that are a bit firmer and higher, making it easier to transition from sitting to standing without strain. Remember, ease of movement is key for maintaining your energy and balance. The kitchen, cooking up safety. The kitchen is the heart of the home, full of activity and sometimes potential hazards. But with a few thoughtful adjustments, it can be a place of joy and ease. First, let's talk about those kitchen mats. Just like the rugs in the living room, small throw mats near the sink or stove, even if they claim to be non-slip, can be very dangerous. Water spills, crumbs, or simply repeated walking can make them shift or curl up at the edges. A quick pivot or reaching for something and suddenly your foot catches. It's much safer to have a clear, non-slippery floor. If you like cushioning, consider removing the small mats and instead wearing comfortable, non-slip shoes while in the kitchen. Or, look for larger, wall-to-wall kitchen flooring options that offer better grip. You want to feel completely stable when you're moving around, especially when you might be holding something hot or heavy. Next, reaching for things on high shelves or bending low into deep cabinets. We tend to store things where they fit, don't we? But heavy pots, pans, or even canned goods stored up high can be a real challenge to retrieve. Reaching up can throw off your balance, and if you're on a step stool that isn't perfectly stable, it's a recipe for disaster. Similarly, bending deep into low cabinets can strain your back and make it hard to get back up, again risking a fall. The solution here is simple: rearrange your kitchen. Store frequently used items, especially heavy ones, in cabinets between your waist and shoulder height. This is your power zone. Items you use less often can go on higher or lower shelves, but ideally you want to minimize reaching and bending. Consider adding pull-out shelves or drawer organizers to make items more accessible without deep bending. It's all about making your daily tasks easier and safer. Now let's think about the weight of some of your kitchen items. Those beautiful cast iron pans or heavy ceramic dishes are wonderful for cooking and serving, but lifting them, especially if they're full, can be quite strenuous. If you have any weakness in your grip or arms, or if you experience dizziness, lifting something heavy from a high or low position can easily cause you to lose balance or strain a muscle. Consider replacing some of these heavier items with lighter alternatives like non-stick pans or melamine dishes for everyday use. Save the heavier items for when you have help or for special occasions. Your comfort and safety should always come first, Grandma. And speaking of safety, you'll be amazed at how much easier it is to navigate your kitchen when you're not wrestling with heavy objects. Finally, think about cleaning supplies and chemicals. Often these are stored under the sink or in low cabinets. While that keeps them out of the way, reaching for them can involve awkward bending and twisting. Plus, if there's a leak or a spill, it can create a slippery mess. Consider storing these items in an upper cabinet, perhaps one with a child-proof lock if you have little ones visiting, or in an easily accessible utility closet. If you do keep them under the sink, ensure they are in a sturdy caddy with a handle so you can pull the whole caddy out rather than bending and reaching for individual bottles. It's a small change, but it minimizes the bending and reaching that can sometimes lead to instability. Ah, the bedroom, your sanctuary of sleep and safety. It should really be a peaceful, safe haven, don't you think? But some common items can make it less so, especially when you're getting in and out of bed or moving around in the dark. Just like in the living room, area rugs and runners in the bedroom are major tripping hazards. When you're groggy in the morning or getting up in the middle of the night, it's easy to misstep on an unsecured rug. The soft pile can also make it harder to maintain balance if your foot sinks in unevenly. If you love the feel of a rug underfoot, consider having wall-to-wall carpeting installed, or removing smaller rugs entirely. And if you do keep a larger rug, make absolutely sure it's securely anchored with non-slip pads or carpet tape around all edges. We want every step you take in your bedroom to feel confident and secure, especially when your eyes might still be adjusting to the light. Next, let's talk about clutter around the bed or on the floor. Books, clothes, shoes, even just a laundry basket can become invisible obstacles in a dimly lit room. Imagine getting up for a drink of water in the middle of the night. If there's anything on the floor between your bed and the bathroom, it's a fall waiting to happen. The best practice is to keep all pathways clear. A bedside table should be free of anything that might fall off easily or create clutter. Consider a small, soft-glowing nightlight that automatically turns on when it senses movement, so you can always see your path. This helps immensely when you're half asleep. Creating a clear, predictable path from your bed to the bathroom is one of the most important safety steps you can take. Let's talk about the bed itself. Is it very low to the ground, making it hard to get in and out of, or perhaps too high, requiring a big step up? Both extremes can be problematic. A bed that's too low puts strain on your knees and hips when you try to stand up. A bed that's too high can lead to a misstep when getting in or out. The ideal height for a bed allows your feet to be flat on the floor when you sit on the edge of the mattress, with your knees bent at a comfortable angle. If your bed is too low, you can use bed risers, which are sturdy blocks that fit under the bed posts. If it's too high, you might consider a different bed frame or mattress. Making getting in and out of bed easier can significantly reduce your risk of a fall, especially when you're tired. Finally, heavy or overly large comforters and blankets. While they're cozy, very heavy bedding can make it harder to shift positions in bed, or to get out quickly if you need to. It can also be strenuous to lift and arrange. Consider switching to lighter, yet still warm, alternatives like duvets with lighter inserts, or multiple thinner blankets. This makes it easier to adjust your temperature and to get out of bed without feeling like you're trying to escape a weighted blanket. It's all about comfort and ease of movement, Grandma. Now let's move to the bathroom, where water meets wobble. The bathroom is probably the most common place for falls in the home. It's wet, it's hard, and it requires a lot of balancing, but we can make it so much safer. First, those pretty bath mats outside the tub or shower. Just like the kitchen mats, these are notorious for slipping. Even with a rubber backing, moisture can compromise their grip, and the movement of feet can cause them to slide right out from under you. When you step out of the shower with wet feet onto a potentially slippery mat, it's incredibly dangerous. The best solution is to remove these mats entirely. Instead, use a large, absorbent towel placed on the floor just before you step out, and then immediately remove it. Or, if you prefer something more permanent, consider installing non-slip flooring in the bathroom, or using a mat that is securely attached to the floor and covers a wide area. Your safety is worth far more than a decorative mat. Next, the inside of your tub or shower. The smooth, wet surface can be incredibly slick, and it gets even worse with soap and shampoo. This is perhaps the most overlooked danger spot. You might already have a small suction cup mat, but these can also slip or lift, and they often don't cover enough area. The absolute best solution is to use non-slip adhesive strips applied directly to the tub or shower floor. These create a permanent textured surface that gives you much better grip. They are easy to install and stay put. Also, make sure to have a sturdy grab bar installed inside the shower or tub, and one near the toilet. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a smart, proactive step to ensure you always have something firm to steady yourself with. It's about making sure you can confidently manage those slippery moments. Let's consider shampoo and soap bottles. Often, we keep these on the edge of the tub or on the shower floor. But bending over to pick up a dropped bottle, especially when you're wet and the floor is slippery, can lead to a dangerous loss of balance. It's much safer to have these items within easy reach. Consider installing a shower caddy that hangs from the shower head, or a wall-mounted dispenser for soap and shampoo. This way, everything is at chest level, minimizing the need to bend or reach awkwardly. It's a simple change that makes a big difference in reducing your risk of a slip. Finally, the height of your toilet. A standard toilet can be quite low, making it difficult to sit down and stand up, especially if you have knee or hip issues. This can put a lot of strain on your joints and affect your balance. A raised toilet seat or a comfort height toilet makes this transition much easier and safer. These are often just a few inches higher than standard toilets. But those few inches can make all the difference in maintaining your independence and comfort. You can get a temporary raised seat that fits over your existing toilet, or consider replacing the toilet with a taller one if you're doing a bathroom renovation. Hallways and stairs are simply pathways through your home, but they hold unique risks that are often overlooked. In hallways, just like other rooms, clutter is the enemy of safety. Piles of mail, shoes, bags, or even decorative items placed on the floor can create trip hazards. Hallways are often narrow, and if you're rushing or distracted, it's easy to bump into or trip over something. Keep hallways completely clear. Consider installing wall shelves for decorative items, or a small table with a basket for mail and keys near the entrance. The goal is to create wide, open pathways that you can navigate freely, even in dim light. Remember, good lighting, which we'll discuss next, is crucial for seeing these pathways clearly. Now, let's talk about lighting, especially in hallways, stairwells, and at night. Dim lighting hides obstacles and makes it harder to judge distances or see steps. If you have any areas in your home that feel dark or shadowy, especially at night, this is a major fall risk. We often use just one overhead light, but shadows can play tricks on your eyes. The solution is to brighten things up. Install brighter light bulbs or add more lamps. Motion sensor nightlights are fantastic for hallways and bedrooms, automatically illuminating your path when you need it. Make sure light switches are easily accessible. For stairwells, bright lights at the top and bottom are essential, and if possible, consider adding lights along the wall. Good lighting allows you to see clearly, making every step confident. If you have stairs, let's look at them carefully. Are the handrails sturdy and securely mounted on both sides? Having a strong, continuous handrail on both sides of a staircase is incredibly important. If you only have one, consider adding another. Make sure they are easy to grip. Also, are the edges of the steps clearly visible? Sometimes carpets or dark wood can blend the steps together, making it hard to see where one ends and the next begins. You can apply contrasting strips on the edge of each step to make them stand out. This is a small, inexpensive change that can dramatically improve stair safety. And Grandma, please, avoid using stairs if you're carrying anything bulky or heavy that might obscure your view of the steps, or if you feel even a little bit unsteady. Take your time, use the handrails, and ask for help if needed. Finally, those long, sneaky extension cords. While convenient, they are a major tripping hazard, especially if they run across a walking path or under rugs. It's so easy to snag a foot on them. If you need more outlets, consider having a qualified electrician install additional wall outlets, rather than relying on multiple extension cords. If you must use them temporarily, always make sure they are safely tucked away, ideally along the baseboard, and never run under carpets or across doorways. It's a small detail, but loose cords are one of the most common causes of falls in any home. General home hazards and why we overlook them. Beyond specific rooms, there are some general items or habits that become risky as we age, simply because our bodies change. One often overlooked item is pet bowls and toys. We love our furry friends, don't we? But their food and water bowls, especially if left in a high-traffic area, can be a tripping hazard. It's easy to step in a water spill or stumble over a bowl you didn't see. Find a designated low-traffic spot for pet bowls, perhaps against a wall or in a corner, out of the main pathways. Similarly, make sure pet toys are picked up regularly and stored in a basket, rather than scattered on the floor. A playful puppy can also sometimes dart underfoot, causing an unexpected stumble. While you wouldn't remove your beloved pet, being mindful of their impact on your pathways is important. Another general point is simply having too much stuff. Over time, we accumulate so many wonderful memories and belongings. But sometimes these items can start to crowd our living spaces, making pathways narrower, or creating unstable stacks. Think about stacks of newspapers, boxes in a corner, or even too many decorative items on low tables. When spaces become cluttered, it increases the risk of bumping into something, losing your balance, or tripping. It's okay to declutter. Think about what truly brings you joy and comfort. Perhaps some items could be stored away or given to family members who would cherish them. A more open, less crowded home feels calmer and is much safer to move around in. Finally, we need to think about smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. While not a tripping hazard, these are absolutely critical safety items that are often overlooked. As we get older, our senses can become less sharp, including our sense of smell. Ensuring these detectors are working correctly, with fresh batteries, means you'll be alerted to danger promptly. It's not about removing an item, but ensuring a vital item is present and functional. If you don't have them, or if yours are old, please consider getting new ones. Most fire departments or local senior centers can even help with installation. It's about peace of mind. You see, Grandma, all these adjustments aren't about taking away your comfort or memories. They are about enhancing your safety, preserving your independence, and giving you the peace of mind to truly enjoy your home for many, many years to come. It's about being proactive, about making small, smart changes that yield huge benefits. It's okay if this seems like a lot all at once. Remember, we're doing this together. You don't have to tackle everything today. Maybe pick one room or just one item that stood out to you and start there. You'll be amazed at how much difference even a few small changes can make. Your safety, your comfort, and your ability to live independently in your own cherished home are the most important things. What's one item in your home you've always wondered about, that now you might think differently about? Comment below and let us know. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone else who might benefit. It helps us reach more wonderful people like you. Thank you for watching, and remember, your home can be your safest sanctuary.